This is Chris with Montana Trout Fitters, and we're working on a little knot rigging technique today. And the one that we're working on here first is what we call knot shotting. Now, some of you may be familiar with drop shotting, where you drop your split shot on a tag end off the back of one of your flies. This is a kind of a variation on that, and that is we drop our split shot off of the knot. So what we've got going on here is this is your fly line end. This is your fly's end here on the other side. In between these two, we've got your heavier tippet up here. Let's call this 2X. And you going down to your smaller tippet on the other side. Let's call this 3X. In the middle here, we've got ourselves a blood knot. And down on the bottom here, we have a simple overhand knot. And then what you've got here is your split shot. Now you might be thinking, wow, this seems awfully complicated for something as simple as putting a piece of split shot onto your fly rig. But the difference here is with knot shotting is your split shot is allowed to bounce freely along the bottom. Your fly is floating freely right above that. And typically what will happen with split shot is it'll get hung up on the bottom in between rocks, on debris, etc. And you usually can't pull it out. You'll usually pop your flies off or ruin your whole rig, and then you've got to tie everything back on. What will happen with this is your split shot will either pop this bottom knot here, your simple overhand knot, or sometimes this point breaks right here and your split shot comes off. But most of the time you can pull this rig out of the bottom and your flies will be up and above it, so there's nothing for this to hang on. There's no hook to hang up on the rocks like you typically have with your standard nymphing rig. So, in order to do this, all that you need, like we said, is 2 different diameters of tippet. What we're using here is some fly line. And we've got some peach colored fly line and some olive colored. The olive is going to be the thinner of the two. For doing your simple blood knot, you lay one piece on top of the other, and we're going to wrap the first piece away from us, 4 wraps. Now, in most cases I do 5, but this is a larger diameter material, so we're only really able to do 4. Now you split between the peach and the olive back behind itself here. You split that with that olive, pinch and hold. Take your peach, wrap back towards you now, 4 wraps. Now you'll see we created ourselves a little bit of a loop here in between the olive and the peach lines. Now we want to go in the opposite way that the olive piece is coming out. Your blood knot is almost complete at this point. I typically find this easiest to hold these 2 pieces in my teeth. Pull tight, like so. Now we're going to trim off the heavier of the 2 ends here, and we're going to make a simple overhand knot in that small end. And really, it's kind of key to have this overhand knot in there, otherwise that split shot is free to just fall right off the bottom, and it'll do that. So your completed knot shot rig looks like so. And for any of you that have questions, give us a call or shoot us an email.